A lot of you ask in the comments if I could show my photo editing workflow. So today's video is exactly about that. But before we start, hi, I'm Tanja, a portrait photographer from Germany. And today I will show you step by step how I edit one of my portraits from the original image all the way to the final result. Most of my editing, 90%, happens inside Evoto. It's the software I personally use for almost all my portrait retouching. And just for transparency, I've been working with Evoto for a while, but I'm not getting paid to make this video. I simply receive credits to use the software. So in this video, I will walk you through my full editing process inside Evoto. If you want to try it yourself, you will find the link and more information in the description below. Alright, let's jump into the editing. And now we are inside of Evoto. You see here the raw image straight out of cam, and on this side it's the before and the after. Evoto, the problem is that I work in the German version because I live in Germany, but there are all the same if you have it in English, but I will translate for you the points. So Evoto, you work from the up, down, and the first thing that I do in Evoto that's different than if you work with Photoshop is that we do the first things, the look. And I have already a look that I use. That's a preset that I have created. And then you see that's at 100%. There are not many differences. It's had a little bit more punch, as you see. And then I dialed down a little bit. So rough about 60%. And then I will check the white balance. For this I take the color picker and I get on a neutral color, and then you see, okay, that is for my tasting too cold. I like it like it was before, so I does it a little bit warmer. I will try to do something, yes, I think this way. That's enough. And then you see what the preset does. I will show you every detail, so if you want to copy it, you can copy it. Yes, what we do, we dial down the contrast a little bit, the highlights, we lift up the shadows slightly. You see everything, it's only a little bit, a tweak. Then clarity, it's up to 5, and that's saturation, and that is, I think it's called vivid or something like this in English, and it's put a little bit higher to 7, and saturation is a little bit taken down. And then by the curves we have not much. You see, I have only done a little bit an S curve, but the most how it's called, the minimal S curve that you see, only a tweak. And then we go to the HSL, and there I only have dialed down a little bit the yellows and the greens, and here I have increased a little bit the orange and the yellows. It's and at the blues you see slightly down here, and the saturation slightly down a little bit. And yes, in the tone and the first one I don't have changed nothing. And now we go down to this one, and you will see what I have done. No, a little bit blue in the shadows, and in the midtones a little bit of yellow. So now we are in the detail. There is not a lot. I think, I'm not sure if I increased the sharpness or I have dialed down. You will see a 33 because usually there are a little bit of sharpness already built in. And then this 2 points, this one is always put. I dialed both downs to 0. And then I usually like to give a little bit of grain. It's not a lot. We are 3, but I like to give grain because it gives more texture inside the frame. Yes, and otherwise the other points I don't have done nothing. And now we go to the most important part here. That's the skin retouching. It's very important that you don't overdo it there, because otherwise it don't look natural. And she has already beautiful skin, so we only have to do just a few tweaks. I increase a little bit the pimples, but not much, only to 15. Then under eyes we don't need. What I do a little bit is this one, that's for the lips, that they removed the little, yeah, how it's called. When you zoom in, you see that it don't sharpen anymore, but that's only inside the editing. If you export it, then it will be sharp again. I don't know why this is, but yes. So you see before and after, there are a little bit smoother the lips. This is one thing that I do. Otherwise, we don't have to do a lot. The body, it's already perfect. We only put a little bit from this one, and then we go to the skin retouching with dodge and burn. That are the points where you have to be the most careful. If you do it all up, I will show you, it's too perfect. Evoto does a great job, but if you dial the things up to 100%, you see it's don't look natural anymore. So dial down, and we make it only just a little bit, slightly, only a little bit, so that it's natural, but a little bit, yeah, better than before. Now you see these parts, there are smooth out a little bit, but we don't remove it totally because, yeah, we all have a little bit of skin texture, that's normal, and we want to retain the skin texture. And then with the body skin, we do the same, only the most little, yeah, adjustment. What I like to do is to bring back, I will zoom in a little bit, this a little bit of texture and clarity. And that bring back a little bit of texture to the skin, and I like it so more that it feels more natural. Yes, and what I like to do is that I look if the skin colors, you see, that fits the most. You can try, most of the time I use this one, that's the most that I like, and you see that it brings back the color, and this looks more natural for the way she looks. This we don't have to do nothing because she has a beautiful face and I won't change her. The makeup, what we do, we give a little bit of contour, because this also the flash yeah, takes away, and then you can also increase a little bit the eyebrows, and if you want a little bit the lip stain, saturation a little bit, so a little bit 3D effect, and so that you see, no, it gets more color back. That's very important because the color will be removed by the flash. What I do, it's always the hair, because that's so perfect that it removes a stray hair. That's what I love so much of Evoto. She already has beautiful hair, but you see this one, the little things that are outside, no, in the here up, you see, it's perfect. And then what you can do, this is smoothing the hair, but I only do 2 because she has these beautiful curls, and they have to be textured. They don't should be smooth out. And then this gives a little bit of yes, the brightness in the highlights from the hair. I will do it at 100%, and you see what I mean. Yes, you see it, that they are clearer, but this we do it down, not too much. I only want that it is the most natural way. Otherwise, I don't change the body or the hand, because yes, for me it's perfectly fine if you see a vein, because we are humans, and so we don't have to do nothing. What we will do, it's, you see, there is from the etiquette, and that we will remove with the spot healing. That's like Photoshop. You only have to do pop, and you see it's perfectly removed. That at the beginning was not so perfect as I wished for, but now Evoto have it improved a lot so that you can really use them. They are very good. And now what here we don't need is the background, but at home I usually use it a lot because it cleans up the background. What we can do, it's a little bit the clothing. decreasing the wrinkles and cleaning up the clothes. That's something that I love also in Evoto, because in Photoshop it takes a lot of time, and now you see here, you do it and it's perfect. And it does it, well, it will take a while, we are working on it. You see how it looks? It's perfect. It's everything smoothed out. I will dial down a little bit because the leather lives from the texture and I don't want to remove it completely. So we dial down a little bit, but so that it looks more flattering, that everything here are cleaned up. And this in Photoshop, you will take a lot of time to do this. Yes, and that's the editing. As you see before and after, there are not a lot of changes, but a little bit, and it looks more beautiful. And that's my complete editing workflow. If you like to see how this photo was actually created, click the video right here. There I show you the full behind the scenes of the shoot. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate a like. And if you like to see more videos about how my photos are created, feel free to subscribe. It really helps support this channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!